What will Auburn's running back room look like this year?
There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
Hello and welcome to this episode of War Eagle Weekly. How are we doing, Josh?
Doing good. Had one hell of a long week last week. This week is not any shorter, but I'm excited to be doing an episode again.
Yep, last week was absolutely insane for both of us. That's the reason why we did not drop a new episode. We tried several times to record, but it just did not work out. Something came up, and so we apologize. But let's jump right into it, Josh. Let's remind everybody, use our link below and go to fanatics.com to get any of your new Auburn gear. Using that affiliate link helps us out quite a bit, and we get a little bit of a kickback. But Josh, tonight, we are going to be talking about Auburn's running back room and what can we expect out of this year. So let's dive right into it. So first off, returning production. We just have Damari Alston and Jeremiah Cobb. Outside of that, it's just nothing but newcomers. So after the spring, where does our running back room stand? Because we didn't lose anybody, but we gained a couple of people prior to spring starting.
I think we all have confidence in Damari Alston. He knows Hugh Freeze's system. He's been in it. Other than that, you got Jeremiah Cobb. He looks to be more of a receiving threat than a running threat. Hopefully that changes this coming season. So we're definitely going to need the help in the backfield. But I mean, the newcomers, I'm not afraid of what they can do. I'm excited to see what they can do. But it's definitely a big question mark for right now.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it is a huge question mark because every Auburn fan loves Damari Alston. Okay, when you talk about the Brian Harsin era and recruiting, Damari Alston is like the guy that led the charge, and really he recruited more than the coaching staff did, it seems like, especially more than the head football coach. So not a single Auburn fan has any negative thing to say about Damari Alston and how much of an Auburn man he is, because he stuck it around. He stuck it out. He got behind Jarquez Hunter. He was behind. Wasn't he there when Tank was there as well? He was a freshman that year. So he's been around.
I would say so.
Yeah, he's been around a minute and has waited his turn, and all signs point to the fact that this should be his turn. However, can the man not fumble the ball? Because we saw flashes in the beginning of the year last year, and then he would just fumble the ball, and the coaching staff kind of gave up on him as the year went on, it felt like.
You know, I'm looking at it right now, and for Damari Alston, he did fumble the ball, but he doesn't have a single fumble lost in his career at Auburn, and he's a junior.
Okay.
Still holding on to the ball. It's not a Mario Fannin situation, but he still needs to figure out how to hold on to the ball a little better, for sure.
Yeah, he 100% does, and I think he has the ability to be what we hope him to be. But the coaching staff has also proven that if you're not their guy, you're probably not going to get used to the maximum.
Unless your name is Peyton Thorne.
Well, yeah, but that's their guy. They used him. They gave him every chance possible. We're not talking about quarterbacks. We're talking about running backs. I think we're going to see a lot more Jeremiah Cobb this year than a lot of people think we are. Also, everyone, I think, is undervaluing Alvin Henderson and what he brings to the table. I don't think
First off, nobody's undervaluing him, Cameron. No one is undervaluing him.
He
is just unknown. He's a freshman. Obviously, he's never played a college snap. He's just unknown, but no one is undervaluing him. Not even a little bit.
Well, everyone's talking about Darrell Robinson, who I'm like, really? Do we even need him? He is a depth piece. He is not. I don't even think he's going to have an impact that Battier had his first year here on the Plains. I just and that wasn't even that big of an impact. I just don't see him getting touches. I think it's going to be the two-headed monster in Cobb and Damari Alston, and then the third back is going to be Henderson. It just feels like it's going to be Henderson. So,
he's definitely going to be the third back. And Darrell Robinson, everyone's talking about him because he does have college snaps. What's the college he comes from?
He came from Charlotte and then went to
Charlotte.
UConn. He went to UConn last year. So this is 1 year removed from his UConn year, where he still didn't blow me away offensively. He had only 731 rushing yards.
Only that's still a lot, dude. Coming from UConn, can you tell me one notable UConn offensive lineman? No, you can't.
No.
So I mean, you can't take away 730 yards from a running back in one single year when UConn's been a notoriously terrible football program.
Maybe. I don't know. I just am not impressed with what I saw. I think he's going to be the fourth back because I think Alvin Henderson's going to be the third. And so I just don't see much out of him this year.
I see Robinson making, you brought his name up, but he's gonna have the same impact as Batty.
Batty. Yeah, no, I said Batty. Yeah. So with that being said, who is going to be the leading back this year? Who do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be Alston or is it going to be Cobb?
It's definitely going to be Alston. It's definitely going to be okay. I know Jeremiah Cobb is going to get his touches. I would say Jeremiah Cobb's probably going to be around 10 touches a game for right now.
Okay.
But Damari Alston will be the first and second down at the very least running back for the offense.
Who okay, with that being said, who is going to have the most yardage this year then?
That's scrimmage yardage or rushing yardage?
Scrimmage yardage, yeah.
So
is it going to be Cobb?
I want to take the safe route and say Damari Alston, but I also think Jeremiah Cobb could also have the most scrimmage yards because we all know he's definitely going to be used more in the passing game than Damari Alston. We know Damari can catch it, but Jeremiah Cobb can run routes.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, Damari Alston has less than 120 yards receiving in his career. So, I think this is going to be, and leading into will there be a surprise in Auburn's rushing attack? The next question that we have here, I think Damari Alston is not going to be our scrimmage yardage leader out of this room or the rushing leader out of this room. I think Jeremiah Cobb by the end of the season is going to have that lead back.
You think he's going to be the solidified number one running back?
I think so. I
would love it.
It just feels like he is poised to run this offense the way that Hugh Freeze wants to run this offense. Whereas Damari Alston is more like your Jarquez Hunter, who Hugh Freeze had to convince himself to keep giving him the ball. And so I don't think Damari Alston is going to have as big of an impact as Jeremiah Cobb. And so Jeremiah Cobb, I think, is going to be the surprise in this year's backfield, as well as their leading back whenever you look at the end of the year stats. Is there going to be a surprise for you? Do you think that there's a surprise person there?
I think we're going to have a surprise candidate for leading rusher on Auburn's team, and I think Jackson Arnold could be that guy. Oh. He can run the ball. We all know that. He's obviously a quarterback, so he's going to throw it more often, but he's way more mobile than Peyton Thorne was, and Peyton Thorne had wheels. I'll give Peyton Thorne that. He could move it when he needed to or whenever he wanted to, but I think Jackson Arnold could be a candidate for second or third place rushing leader on Auburn's team. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing, because I would like to see Damari and Jeremiah Cobb get close to 700-800 yards each, because they're going to have to find a way to get both those guys the ball, or else we're going to see Jeremiah Cobb enter the portal next season, and I don't want to see that. Yeah. We need all the help we can get in the running back room.
I think that's a very big surprise right there, Josh. you said something and it wasn't meant to be your surprise, but I think that this is something that is going to surprise a lot of hardcore Auburn fans. We're going to have running backs that don't come close to 1,000 yards rushing this year. I think that they're going to be in the 700-yard range, and that is going to be where we're going to sit. We'll get into that more here in our last question here. But for me, I was flirting with a surprise being Alvin Henderson. This dude is beyond special, Josh. I mean,
he's stupid special.
He holds like 13 Alabama State rushing records. Okay. Let's listen to this. Let's go here. He has let's see here. In addition to holding rushing touchdowns in a season, rushing touchdowns in a game, rushing yards in a season, career rushing yards, most points in a game, most points in a season, most consecutive games with a touchdown, most total touchdowns in a season, most rushing yards in the playoffs, and highest average per carry in a career of 13.7. This man decimated the Alabama high school ranks. And yes, it was a smaller ball. Yes, he was 3A, but still.
Either way, dude, that's no small feat. You know how many great running backs have come from the state of Alabama? It's stupid to hold all of those records. It's insane.
Yeah, he is the 12th player. He is the 12th player in Alabama history to go over 10,000 yards rushing, and he almost hit 11. I mean, this man, he scored 61 touchdowns his senior year and 61 touchdowns his junior year as well. Now, receiving the ball, it's nothing to shake a stick at. It was less than 250 yards total over his career, so they didn't use him in the receiving game, and that'll hurt him.
Who would pass to him whenever he's running like that?
But there's that. So I think I think Alvin Henderson could very well be the surprise this year. He may explode, and we may this time next year be going Jeremiah Cobb who? Hopefully not. I don't think so. I would love to see Cobb and Henderson next year, but he very well could.
He could be the most productive freshman running back Auburn has seen since Kerryon Johnson. I don't think he'll be.
Was Kerryon Johnson productive as a freshman?
I swear to God, he was.
Kerryon.
We're both looking it up.
I know. This is great podcasting right here.
It's okay.
Oh, so let's see here. So Kerryon Johnson. No, those are his.
I guess he only had 208 yards.
Yeah, no. Michael Dyer was the last freshman to have a huge impact.
15 years ago.
What were we talking about? Tank had a huge freshman year. He almost had 1,000 yards.
How did I friggin' forget about Tank Bigsby?
Oh my gosh, both of us. Oh, geez. Okay.
Goodness gracious. I'm telling you, it's been a long week. It's only Monday.
Now we flirted a little bit with this conversation, what to expect overall out of our running backs this year. And I think both of us kind of have the same understanding and expectations. We're not going to have the Auburn running backs of old. People need to adjust their reality for running backs.
I would love to be wrong, though. I would love it.
Who knows? We may end up being a Tennessee style offense that has 3,000 or 4,000 yards passing, but is also running over 1,000 yards a season. And if so, I don't think there's going to be a single person that is going to argue about that and is going to have a problem with having a bell cow like Tennessee had the last couple of years and the like we have had for the history of our team. But I just don't see that that's what Hugh Freeze wants to have. There's not enough ball to go around. We have 4, maybe 5 wide receivers that are going to need the ball this year.
They're going to command it.
Then, like you pointed out, Jackson Arnold is probably going to take away rushes as well because the man can run. Okay, anybody that puts up over 200 yards against Alabama is good in my book. So, it's going to be interesting nonetheless. But I think the years, as long as Hugh Freeze is on the Plains, the years of having 1,000-yard rusher at Auburn, I think is in the past. I don't see it happening.
No, I don't either. It's unfortunate. I think, yeah, I would love to be wrong, but you're right. We have way too many guys in the receiver room that are going to draw more attention for the football than our running backs. Our running backs are not flashy, but our running backs are also not bad. That's the crappy part. I don't think Damari Allison or Jeremiah Cobb are bad backs. I think they belong in the SEC. It's just a bad season for Auburn running backs because we have so much freaking talent in the receiver room.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. I am right there along with you. So, Josh, relatively short episode tonight. Again, everybody, go to Fanatics. Exactly. Go to Fanatics. Use our affiliate link below. Helps us out quite a bit. And Josh, no matter what, whether we have a 1,000-yard receiver or not, it should be a good year on the Plains. War Eagle, baby.
War damn Eagle.
There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.